Hello YouTube, how y'all doing today? Today we're taking a look at this really sharp Discovery Optics 2 to 12 by 24 SFIR Optic. It's in part of their HD line. This is a very nice, it's got the slightly larger objective lens. It comes with a sun glare shade that you can put on there. It's click adjustable. You can listen. Locking turret caps. Nice, loud, tactile clicks. Really nice. You can see right here is our adjustment ring. Now this does not have a throw lever, which seems to be very common with MPVOs. You get your focus adjustment right here, your diopter. The parallax setting is right here, this inner ring right here, and that adjusts from 5 yards for CQB all the way out to infinity. Now, it depends on what range you're going to use it the most. For most hunters, they'll probably set it at 100. I don't know. You want to make sure that your parallax setting is going to be close to the range that you'll actually be shooting or hunting at. Okay, now this is a red illuminated reticle, and between each setting, each position, there's an off switch. So if you keep it right down here at this dot setting right here, if you turn back one, you're on minimum brightness. And if you turn forward one, you're at 6, which is maximum brightness. Okay, this way, when you pick it up, if it's dusk, you go to 1. If it's, earlier in the day or sunnier day, you go to 6. Okay. This is really nice. Now, no less than the Backfire channel, which is a big-time long-range hunting channel. He's out in the Midwest. He's really big channel. I think he's over 1 million subscribers. He has talked at pretty good length about how much he likes Discovery Optics and how nice they are. I have previously tested one of their higher magnification optics. I'll put a link in on the end screen and everything, and there'll be links to everything in the video in the description or on the end screen. Between my testing and his testing, I could confidently tell you that if you buy a Discovery Optic scope, you're going to be pretty satisfied with them. One of the things I really like about them, let me get this box open here. And you can see right here, we got our specifications card right there. And I'll put the full specifications off the website on the screen too. Comes with scope covers, of course. And comes with the sunshade rather. Screws on the front. You put that on. Here's how she looks with the sunshade and the dust covers installed, lens caps. Comes in a nice foam-filled package, so it should get to you without any damage. Now, this does not come with a mount. The mounts are all sold separately. You can obviously use any 30mm mount. They also sell them in 34 for some of their different optics. But they have a full line of their own mounts, and I will tell you what. Take a look at this. First of all, this mount is incredibly lightweight. Like, incredibly lightweight. But you could look at the machine surfaces on that. This looks like a finely tuned race bearing for like a racing engine. Like, I don't know if scope rings can be considered art, but wow, that's beautiful. And then you got 4 nice big beefy torque screws holding on there. And then 3 more across the side here. And it's got the torque rating and everything on there. Nice weight lettering, very sharp looking. But look at them. Look at those bearings. Beautiful. Really, really nice setup. And it also comes with spacers in case you should need them. Which also, these look like bearing shells from a racing engine. Just really, really nice. A little bit of extra mile. You don't really see that. I guess the advantage of that would be even if you have an anodizing or whatever, if it's not a perfectly flat anodized surface, it can cause irregularities in the way your scope mounts up. So by having these perfectly machined like that, you should get a nice tight grip on your scope. But really nice. And of course, this comes with the wrench as well And it also comes with a couple extra screws, which is always a very nice thing. This is a gorgeous little 2 to 12. Really nice, sleek, and very, very light. I want to stress how light this thing is. But Discovery Optic is a good quality name in scopes. They're not as well known as some others yet, but this is a high quality scope. All right, let's get this mounted in the mount here real quick. So you actually have the 4 screws and then the 2 pins. So each ring is held on at 6 attachment points. And this is an extremely high precision scope. Each click on this scope is 1/10 of an MOA. Okay, one other thing I wanted to discuss with you guys and point out to you guys, a little pro tip. When you're mounting your scope in your mount, never push it forward all the way, because there's often these little ridges right here, and you can cause the scope back ring to only bite on the small part. So you always want to make sure you're up there at least, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. So you get a little bit of a gap there to ensure that you get a full tight clamp all the way around, okay? Okay, now, when you're putting the mount on this thing, all right, each cap is numbered A and B in the back. So each cap corresponds to the front or the rear, okay? And when you're tightening them down, you want to keep the gaps. You see the gaps right here and here. You want to keep them about the same size on both sides, all right? You want consistency when you're putting scopes on, and it's very, very important that you do not exceed the torque rating, especially on lighter weight scopes. Do not exceed that torque rating. You could bend the tube and hang up the adjuster inside, and your scope won't work, or you could just plain ruin it. So if you do not have a torque wrench, either buy a torque wrench, inch pounds, or take it to a gunsmith, all right? You don't want to ruin it. And you can see the offset on this mount. This is and like I said, 10 clicks for 1 mil at 100 yards. This is an extremely precise scope, and these are nice, precise precision rings and offset mounts. So really, really nice setup. All right, let's take a look at this in a couple different firearms here. Okay, so here she is on my Ballista Archery Mega Bat crossbow. This is a 330-pound crossbow. You could hunt polar bears with this thing. This is an incredibly powerful crossbow. I'll put a link in the description and all that stuff. But you could see it looks great on there. And if you're going to use it in this sort of setup, you want to use it towards the end of the rail. Okay, you don't need nearly as much offset on a crossbow as you do on like an AR or something like that. But you can see how good that looks on there. That's actually really quick and easy to use. Okay, and here's the Discovery Optics 2 to 12 by 24 on this AR. This is a Bear Creek Arsenal Complete Cerakoted Factory Upper. And that looks really good on there. And we'll be doing a little bit of shooting with this in a bit. Okay, we're here at about 25 yards. We're going to engage left to right on these steel targets down here in the center of the frame. We got an 8-inch clanger, an 8x12 A-zone target, and a 6-inch clanger. And I'll go back and forth left and right. Okay, no problem there. Let's go in a little closer and show you how fast this can be at close range. Okay, here we are at CQB range. We're at about 8 yards. We're going to go left to right, put a fresh mag in it, and we'll take on the same target. Okay, now I'm aiming at my 12x20 mini IDPA silhouette down there. You probably can barely see it. It's painted at camouflage colors. I'll post a picture of what it looks like on the screen, and I'll circle it on the screen here so you can see where it's at in the frame. And we're going to hit that at 100 yards. Now, when I hit it, you'll hear a clink sound, like a clink, clink when I hit the steel plate.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so we're going to engage down there at 100 yards. You can see my 12 by 20 target down there. Should be right in the center of the screen. I'll circle it. And that's a 1/2 size mini IDPA target. It's painted like a brownish, grayish color with some rust in there, so it's a really effective camo pattern. It's very difficult to see, makes for very challenging shooting, and you can see we're real late in the summer here, so a lot of the vegetation is grown up around it, so it's very difficult to see, especially between me and the target. So this is very realistic shooting conditions. I'm going to shoot offhand standing, and we're going to use our CMMG Bravo kit with 22 Remington Golden bullets. So by no means a match grade setup. And when I hit it, you'll hear tink, tink, tink as it hits the steel plate. Okay? Here we go. Make sure I'm not in the way. Okay, now we're on 6 power. We got the setting sun right above us too, so that's shining quite a glare down over the target area. Okay, folks, so you got to see how this guy shoots. You got to see how well it performed. And that last bit of shooting at 100 yards, I actually had that zoomed way in so that you could see it better. That's why it looked a little blurry, unfortunately, because when you zoom way in, you lose a bit of sharpness. However, as you saw, that was a heavily camouflaged target in the middle of a bunch of heavy vegetation, and I was still able to score multiple hits, even as the sun was right above, kind of glaring out the picture. So pretty good performance, and this is hardly what you would call a precision package with the CMMG Bravo Remington Golden bullets in there, but this still performed really well, and this is a good-looking scope. It looks fantastic on there. I've really been pleased with this so far. Discovery Optic makes some pretty good stuff.